Okay, time for my weekly manicure. So today I'm going to, for a change. So I'm going to use this file, and this is a diamond file, I guess. It's a metal file. And there is a coarse side and there is a fine side. So I'm going to use this file for my whole manicure. So I'm going to use obviously the file side to shorten my nails and shape them. And then I'm going to use this part to nudge back the skin fold and to remove, and this side to move the cuticle. So let's begin. I'm going to use the coarser side. And I'm going to shorten the nails. Well, shorten the nail first to the shape that to the length that I want. And then I'm going to get underneath. So I'm not filing like this way, because you actually are filing way too much and you can weaken the nail. So I just get a little bit underneath and then I straighten out a little bit. And then I draw this imaginary line in the middle. You know what? I'll show you something. So this is how you would shape kind of like a square nails with rounded oval, like rounded corners. My God, what is wrong with me today? So you would do this, and some people like this shape, this length. Okay, so you see this kind of length. And then you would just round off these corners here. You're not going all the way to the middle. You're just rounding off these corners and then this corner, okay? But this stays pretty straight. So in order, and I say pretty straight because you see how there is an angle on this file. This file is not like this because then it would be like a dead square. It's kind of like this. Not sure if you can see, I guess a little bit. So I'm going in underneath like this. But I'm not really a huge fan of this shape for my nails. So I'm going to now go from the middle and up and round off, lift the corners. I call it lift the corners. So I'm working at home today. I hope you can see everything properly. And now you want to make sure that the sides match. So this one is a little bit higher, this one is a little bit lower. This is the shape that I like. Okay, let's start with this nail so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to shorten the nail, but kind of tilt the file, not a lot, but just a little bit to start getting that shape. Okay, like this. I like to remove the dust so I can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to get underneath a little bit and do one side. Again, I'm not doing this. I'm not pushing here because you're removing way too much. If I filed like this, I would take the sides. I would weaken the sides quite a bit, actually. Now I'm going to go underneath, making these weird. My fingers are not that flexible. All right. I like my nails short. Because you know what, when I'm working with clients, I really got used to my short nails and they're so comfortable. Also, when I'm on the internet, when I'm on the computer, it's just much more comfortable. Okay, so again, the nail is shortened. So I'm using the coarse side, and you know why? Because it's a little faster. And I'm going to, because right now this does not feel the best. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this block and smooth everything, and then it's going to feel wonderful. I always check how the new nail that I'm shaping looks compared to the previous nail that I shaped, because the nails have to somehow match. They don't have to be perfect. I mean, they're natural nails. They will never be perfect. So that's fine. Okay, shorter. Okay. Filing back and forth, as you can see, is perfectly fine. I've never had problems with any peeling, anything like that. Unless the nails are damaged. When the nails are damaged, then yes, they're going to peel. But the peeling comes from the damage and not how you file the nails. Okay, so there is a really good reason why I love these thin files. First of all, they're quite stiff, so they don't give in when you're filing. They give you a good pressure. And you can also fit in underneath the corners. And I'm not saying that you're gonna go filing like this, but you can make sure that there is no catches. And I really especially like these files for pedicures. Of course, these ones are not the ones that I'm using for pedicures. I use the Erica one for pedicures, but if you're doing your own, this is very good. As you can see, the white part on my nails is not very even, and it's fine. Usually, I mean, some people maybe are very lucky that the white is very even, but a lot of people are asking me, how do they correct it? And you know what? I don't think you can necessarily correct it. You can just leave it alone and not poke underneath too much in hopes that it's going to attach nicely. But, you know, I used to bite my nails, so I think it's from biting maybe for years. And I stopped many years ago, but who knows? Okay, so now I'm comparing this to this and this. Getting underneath. This nail is tricky because it goes up and it's such a short nail bed. But you know what, guys? If this is my biggest issue in my life, I'm a very lucky person, so I'm not complaining. So always look at the nail from different angles. You know what, and this time I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do one hand at a time. In case you are short on time, you can do it this way too, or watch it this way. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this file, buffer, I mean, go over, feels great. So I'm not filing here, I'm filing here. Okay, so nudging. Now, the skin fold, gently. This is not the best way. I prefer the wooden stick, but I use the wooden stick pretty much every day or every couple of days, so I don't have to do much. Probably used it this morning already. Just trying to nudge the skin back. So this is all living skin. I'm not pushing back the cuticle. I'm gonna try to show you close up what I'm doing. See that skin here? The cuticle is somewhere here. The cuticle is probably like on the nail here. It's barely visible. So you can never have bleeding cuticles. You can never have dry cuticles, because what can be bleeding is the living skin. So the skin fold and not the cuticle. But if you never knew about this, then don't feel bad because majority of people don't know about this. It's just this whole area is just very vaguely called a cuticle. And there has been research done on it. And there was proper graphs explaining exactly what cuticle is. And that was published in 2019. And I'm surprised in April. I'm surprised that this is not more widely accepted information. I don't know. All right, so time for Blue Cross. I'm going to shake it. I poured it into this little bottle this is from The Ordinary. I'm going to drop it on the nail because we know that the cuticle is on the nail. Point it down. Drop it on the nail, point it down, drop it, move it around. Okay. So now I'm going to give the nails or this product about 2 minutes to work. And then I'm going to rinse it. This is a very important step because this is a very alkaline product and it breaks down the skin. So it's going to break down the cuticle, but we don't want the product to break down the nail and we don't want the product to irritate the surrounding skin. So you want to neutralize it after the 2 minutes because it takes about 2 minutes for the dead cells on the nail plate, which the cuticle is, to lift, to soften up so you can then push them off the nail plate. So 2 minutes now. Now, very important thing. I get this question a lot, and I'm going to, from now on, reference people to this video. So a lot of times when you are brand new to this type of manicure and that skin is stretched, so the skin fold is stretched because it has been stuck to the nail, and as the nail has been growing, it's been pulling that skin with it. Initially, when you try to really push that skin back, there's going to be too much skin. And many times people are very confused and they don't know what to do with that skin. So the best way, I think, going about it is to first, or if that skin is really dry and it's stuck to the nail, I think the best approach to this is to take care of that skin first. So I would recommend using Carousel, which is a very nice ointment. It is made for, it's a foot ointment for callous skin. But if that skin is hard and calloused, maybe what you can try doing is using that cream, just a very little dab at night, every night, and just using a little bit of 1 drop of oil after each hand wash, just so that skin is a little bit more healthy. When it's more healthy, then it's going to be much easier for you to nudge it back. Nudge it, don't push it. And it's going to eventually be more healthy and it's not going to stick so much and it's not going to stretch so much. So it's been 2 minutes. I'm going to, so I have a bowl of water here. Rinse this product off. So definitely be patient because this is such a easy, very low maintenance routine, but it just takes time to get there. So now, hope you can see it. See how this cuticle lifts now from the nail plate. This end actually has pretty good sharpness. So I'm going to go from the middle down and from the middle down. This works really, really well. So don't dig really underneath the skin too much. You just kind of want to go up to that skin fold. So I'm tilting it just a little bit. And I'm staying on the nail plate. It's almost like a little windshield wiper, kind of. Okay. Okay, I don't know. This is so satisfying to see this cuticle sliding off the nail. I could do this all day, honestly. I know it's weird, but it's true. So again, this is such an easy method, such non-invasive method. That it's really worth to kind of work for it a little bit. All right, so if, let's say, if you're not polishing your nails, then you don't have to do this. But in case you're polishing your nails, this is what I would do. I would take a soft buffer. This is 240 grit, and it's a soft buffer, so it's not going to put a lot of pressure on your nail. And I'm just going to hold it this way, not like this, because right now you're buffing the whole nail. Just like this. And just very gently, again, go from the middle down, from the middle down. Because sometimes there's just tiny amount of that cuticle left on the nail plate, and then when you go to put nail polish on, it's just going to catch on that skin, and it's going to like flood the skin. Okay, and one last thing. The best way of avoiding hard skin around the nails is to simply care for it. But sometimes, especially when you're working with your hands a lot, some people just have tendency to have more of that hard skin. There is something that really bothers you here. And I find, obviously, using the carousel, using the oil, taking care of the skin is first. But if you have something that drives you crazy, some people call it hangnails, but sometimes there are just the little pieces of nail. I don't know what it is, hard skin, little callus. Okay, so you can just place a file here, not like this, because now we're going to be filing the nail here, and just very gently go back and forth, just a couple times. Okay, and now feel for this skin. Does it feel smoother? Okay, then stop, because you don't want to be trying to remove dry skin. There's a big difference between dry skin and hard skin. If the skin around the nails is dry, don't do this. Only do this. This is for hard skin that just drives you crazy. I find this actually prevents, I don't know, the hangnails or something. But again, be extremely gentle. Don't push too much because you can break that seal, the side seal. Just be very, very gentle. And now I'm not going to be putting polish on my nails yet. I'm just going to put one drop on each nail. And this is like the only time when I'm applying so much oil. I don't know why. I just like this little treat of oil. Rub it into the nails. You know, if you have issues with picking the skin around the nails, trying to establish a good care routine is really, really important, because sometimes you can switch one habit for the other. And caring for the skin could be your new habit. Much more better for your nails. Much better for your nails. So this is how the skin looks. As you can see, without absolutely any cutting, nothing. So I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other hand. And if you want to see how I hold the file, what my angles are, obviously you are more than welcome to stay and watch. Okay, very quick tip. When you put oil, obviously some of the oil seeps underneath and it makes that nail a little bit transparent. So now comparing the sides, if you don't have a very good eye for it, might not be the best idea, okay? So maybe what you can do is do one hand, but don't apply the oil yet. Do the other hand and then apply oil, because you see, it almost looks like I have no free edge now because the oil got underneath and the nail looks more transparent. When I do this, I feel like a cat that's scratching on that post. Let's nudge. Just make sure when you're nudging the skin back, you're not pushing really down. Trying to really feel for that skin, and you're nudging this way. You're not really digging into the nail. Because when you are too rough, when that skin is too stuck, then you can actually damage the nail. And I have another good question that someone asked. They say, why don't I do this after the cuticle remover or after washing my hands? You know why? It's because the skin for me is very soft. I can do this without absolutely any pain. So if this is giving you pain, that's a sign maybe that you're not ready for this step yet, but you are ready for the skincare. And do it until that skin starts feeling like it just has a give. You see how when I nudge back, the skin gives because that skin is healthy. So if it's hard, just care for it. For a week or 2 or 3, however long it takes you. And I think the reason why I like doing this dry is because then I can really see where the cuticle is and where the skin fold is. Because if everything is just now like swollen and the skin absorbs so much water, I can't kind of see what's what. And when I'm pushing and when I start nudging the skin, the cuticle is going to be also nudged back. And I don't want to shove those skin cells underneath the skin fold. I want to nudge back the skin fold and then move that cuticle out of the way sideways. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to push it underneath the skin. So now I'm going to give it 2 minutes and I'll be back. Make sure that you rinse it really, really well. You neutralize it. And I'm going to hold. So I dry my hands, but that little bit of moisture on the nail plate, now it helps. So I'm going to hold it this way. What I do is I balance my finger, this one here. Again, be gentle. You can totally overdo it. If you have doubts, dry the skin and then see if you have to do anything more, because sometimes there looks like you have more skin that needs to be removed from the nail plate, but it could be the nail plate too, so be careful. Over here, I always have a little bit more, see, skin and hard skin around here, because I use, when I do polishing and things like that, I hold this in my hand in a way that it puts a lot of pressure on this finger, and the callus builds up as a response to pressure and friction. That's what happens. If that skin is not perfect around your nails, then you're not doing anything wrong. It just takes longer, okay? Because if you start doing anything really that's worth learning, it takes time. Like, you don't go to a language lesson and leave speaking language fluently. You don't go to, guitar lessons and after playing guitar for 2 hours, you know how to play guitar. No, it takes practice. The skin needs time to heal. Your hands need to get flexible so you can do this. And this is why I also recommend doing this once a week, because first of all, you'll have way less to do. And second of all, you're practicing much more, which will give you much better results. Okay, that's it. Less is more. From the middle down, from the middle down, just with the side. You see? This is very optional. You don't have to do this. And you know what? If you have a piece of skin that bothers you, just put some oil on it and you won't see it. And your skin will thank you. By the way, it is very, very important, and I don't talk about it often enough, to have a good lighting. I do absolutely love the daylight lamps. They're excellent. I have a link in the description box. They're expensive, but they're worth the money. And also, good glasses. If your eyesight is going a little bit, then get good glasses. I actually use different glasses for reading and for computer work, and different glasses to do my manicures. The ones that I'm using right now are stronger because I really want to make sure that I see every detail. And this is it. Very basic manicure, very, very low maintenance, very safe, very good for people that have sensitive skin, or, you know, even diabetics, people that have issues with healing. You want to make sure that you're doing things very, very gently so you don't hurt the skin around the nails. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, I hope. Bye.